Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about what is 5G. So, 5G is basically the term used to describe the next generation of mobile networks beyond LTE networks, with a peak data rate of 20 gigs per second for the downlink and 10 gigs per second for the uplink, with the latency as low as 4 milliseconds in a mobile scenario and can be as low as 1 millisecond in an ultra reliable low latency communication scenarios. I'll talk about the characteristics of 5G. So there's basically four characteristics, being number one, energy efficiency, the second, low latency, third, higher transmission rate, and fourth, 5G being more robust. So let's talk about energy efficiency. Energy efficiency is because it has sleep mode. During gaps in network activity, the base station can reduce energy consumption by going into sleep mode. New base station electronics can enter sleep mode during very short gaps. Even in high-use mobile networks, base station utilization usually does not exceed 20%. Base station consume 80% of the power in mobile network infrastructure, and in any 24-hour period, most base stations remain idle. 5G base stations can go into sleep mode during this idle time. They can go into sleep mode quickly for as long as possible. It also has higher network data rates because of the throughput, the higher data throughput and reduced packet latency. Higher data rates means that the data is transferred in a shorter period of time. This creates longer period in which the network connection between the client and the base station is idle. These idle periods allow for longer periods of sleep mode. Next, I'm going to talk about low latency. Low latency is basically 5G technology offering an extremely low latency rate. Latency basically means the delay between the sending and receiving of information. From 200 milliseconds with 4G, we go down to 1 millisecond with 5G. Next, higher transmission rate. Basically, as you know from just now what I just said, it has a higher transmission rate so that it has shorter periods of transferring speed. And lastly, it is more robust. Having a short signal distance requires 5G to build a lot of transmitter in every direction, which allows the connectivity to 1 million devices in 1 square kilometers. Next, I'm going to talk about how 5G is faster. Basically, the reason why 5G is faster is because they use a shorter frequency. Shorter as in millimeter waves between 30 gigahertz and 300 gigahertz for the network. According to communication principle, the shorter the frequency, the larger the bandwidth. With a larger bandwidth also means that more data can be transmitted at the same time. Next, I'm going to talk about the benefits of 5G. So basically, it increased competitiveness among competitors who use 5G. It increased safety for personnel. The sustainable growth of the POF city and the management of responsible business logistics. And it also has a positive environmental impact that is estimated in CO2 savings of 8.2% per year. Talk about operations and monetization. So basically, CSP looks to 5G networks as the lifeline to competitively enable and partake in digital platforms for ecosystem business. The ability to translate 5G opportunities into profitable business operations and experiences require innovative charging and billing services. The 5G operations and monetization, Catalyst will explore virtual reality and augmented reality gaming services from cloud-based partners to exponentially improve monetized opportunities. Using a 5G virtual slice, it is highly demanding. It's a highly demanding gaming experience and it can be orchestrated and managed. 5G capabilities and resources that enable these capabilities are scarce. CSP can engage such an innovative business operations model with digital partners to offer multi-sided business models that maximize value of 5G investments based on two-sided businesses with consumers and business partners. Next, by focusing on the value-based operations of 5G, CSP can be on board with partners into their ecosystem. They use open APIs to integrate capabilities and orchestrate and monitor 5G resources to meet experiential needs. The Catalyst focuses on shifting 5G revenue management strategies from low-value traffic-based models to experience-based models for enhanced 5G operation and monetization. We'll talk about the functions of 5G. So the first function of 5G is user plane function. The primary goal of the control and user plane separation was to support 5G new radio implementations enabling early IoT applications at higher data rates. The user plane function handles the critical data plane processing of packets between radio access network and data network. Emerging from control and user plane separation strategies defined within non-standalone 5G new radio specification. The 5G core UPF represents the evolution of the data plane function of the packet gateway. This separation allows the data forwarding to be deployed and scaled independently so that the packet processing and traffic aggregation can be distributed to the network edge, increasing bandwidth efficiency while reducing network. Next, I'm going to talk about access and mobility management function. The core access and mobility function is part of the 3GPP 5G architecture. Its primary tasks include registration management, connection management, reachability management, access management, and authorization. The AMF receives all the connection and session information from end user equipment or the RAN, also known as radio access network, but only handles connection and mobility management tasks. Anything to do with the session management is forwarded to the session management function. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the session management function. So the session management function is a fundamental component of the 5G service-based architecture, also known as SVA. It is responsible for interacting with the decoupled data plane by creating, updating, and removing protocol data unit sessions and managing the session context within the UPF, decoupling other control plane functions from the user plane. The SMF also performs the role IP address management system and dynamic host configuration protocol server. Next, I'm going to talk about how 5G affects smart port. So basically it helps cut costs. Why do I say that? Because compared to using outdated system like a server to transmit data or something like that, the maintenance fee is really high maintaining the server, as in if the server fails, the whole system fails. But if you use 5G network, it is much more easy to maintain, and the maintenance fee and the risk of it failing is really low. Next is allow communication among each other, mostly peer-to-peer communication. This helps by improving productivity and efficiency in the workforce. And lastly, the risk of having failures is really low. What do I mean by that? Having a 5G network can help by improving communication among peer-to-peer or maybe co-worker to co-worker. This helps to reduce assumption among co-workers and help increase productivity. The speed of the 5G network can increase productivity among co-workers so that they can communicate and interact very easily. So this is all that I have to say for today. Thank you for watching, and if you like, please drop a comment down below and like the video. Thank you.